Diane in Denmark here, rah rah rah, hurry hurry hurry. It is Tuesday and welcome back to day two of our Flylady Basics week. Now yesterday I showed you how I do my weekly home blessing hour, and I know whenever I make a video like that it throws up so many questions. We're not cleaning the whole house, we're not doing detailed zone cleaning, we're just doing a quick upkeep of the whole, not of the whole house, just of the high traffic areas. And I've been into this again and again and again. I've got loads of videos about that, so if you're still not clear on it, go and see the playlist about the weekly home blessing hour that I explain in detail there. You can read about it on the Flylady website. You can do all the tasks in one go, you can split them up over the week. It's your choice, your decision. This is what I'm trying to ram home to you, that you take the system and you make it work for you. You don't have to do what I was doing yesterday. You don't have to do it says on the Flylady website. You mix it up. Anyway, today I wanted to get into the real nitty-gritty of the Flylady system, at least for me, and I think for any system that you're following, whether you're doing KonMari, or whether you're doing getting things done, whether you're doing Miracle Morning. I mean, there are so many different things out there, so many systems. The main thing that's going to change the way that you move through life and organize your home are your daily routines. Now, you know me, I love my routines. I don't always love doing my routines, but I do them because I know that they set me up for a successful day and they help me to finish off my day, and tie it up in a big bow and finish off the day. So today I want to go quickly through with you. Let me just grab my timer. So I don't want to go, just get my kitchen one. Okay, got 10 minutes on the timer. I want to go through routines with you because the basis of having a really streamlined life is having a good morning routine and a good evening routine. Some of you may also have an afternoon routine. Again, you've got to work with the system and make it suit you. On the other hand, don't go overboard and make everything into routines and having to write things down and making things too long. That's what I'm going to talk about today. So first of all, routines, what are those? Well, you're probably already doing routines without thinking about it. Before you go to bed, it's automatic to brush your teeth, or at least I hope it's automatic to brush your teeth. When you get up in the morning, maybe you go a walk with the dog, that's the first thing you do. We've all got things that we need to do every day. And all we're doing with the routines is putting them into a more logical order. We're making sure that they get done because we've actually got them on a list somewhere. And we're being more efficient with our time. Instead of kind of, thinking, where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? We've got our routine and we just follow it. And I've mentioned this many times that especially if you're having a difficult day, maybe you've got a serious illness going on, that the routines are very soothing. They just kind of pull us through, one day at a time. So anyway, let's get on to routines. Now, on the Flylady website, you can see it on the Flylady website. Marla has given you ideas for what you could put on your morning routine, your evening routine. You are going to have a look at that and you're going to switch it up, see what you need to have on your routine. We talk about this all the time. People say to me, oh, but it says on the Flylady website, do a load of laundry a day. Of course, if you've got 10 kids and 15 cats, you'll probably be doing more than one load of laundry a day. If, on the other hand, you're an empty nester, you're single, you don't have a washing machine, you have to go to the laundromat, your circumstances are going to be different. All the things that are mentioned on the Flylady website are just ideas to get you going, and I'm going to help you with that. Now, I've made tons and tons of videos about routines, what to focus on, how many to have on your list. I'll put the playlist up there. We did a challenge, was it last year or the year before, called the 7-Day Routines Challenge. And I've gone really into depth with it. It was 7 days and I've given you tips. So if you want more on routines, I'll just give you a quick run through today. Now I've made a few notes here. What are the things that we need to get done on a daily basis or on a weekly basis? Well, of course, you're going to have your laundry. You've got to make sure that your clothes are clean. Dishes, whether you're doing dishes. Oh, sorry, there's a boom out there. Don't know what that was. Dishes, whether you're doing them by hand or whether you're putting them in the dishwasher. Swish and swiping the bathroom, whether that's every day, every other day. And listen, if any of this is new to you, go back and watch the Flyladies. You know, I made 31 baby steps from chaos to clean. If you're standing there thinking, what's swish and swipe? You need to go and start at the beginning. Don't jump in here because this is going to be too much information for you. I'll put the link to my Flyladies 31 baby steps there. Swish and swipe, making the bed, personal hygiene, you know, just showering, getting dressed to shoes, taking your meds and all that kind of stuff. So those are the kind of things that are going to be on your daily routines list. And I like to split it up into two things. You're either working outside the home, you're physically leaving the house every day to work, or alternative two, you are working at home. You've got health problems, you are a carer, you've got small kids, you've got a home business, you're retired, any of those things. If you work inside the home, and I'm going to tell you to concentrate on a different routine from the people who are leaving the home every day, whether it is to go to work or maybe to college to study. So why do I say that? You're going to have a morning routine and evening routine. For the people who are physically leaving the house every day, you know already you're on schedule. You've got places to go, things to do. You've got to be at work or at college, you know, in university by a certain time. So you've probably already got quite a good routine in the morning, getting up, clothes on, you know, breakfast, grab your packed lunch, grab the kids if you're taking them to school or daycare on the way there. You've already probably got a routine going because you need to be at work or at college. For the people who are working at home, who have a home business, who are maybe doing homeschooling, retired, you know, health issues, all those things, in some ways you probably think, oh, well, I've got all day to do these things because I'm actually physically inside the home. But you know how that works. If you've got all day to do a job, it takes all day. So what I suggest is, if you're working outside the home, you need to make sure that you've got a really good evening routine. Because when you come home, that's the crux period for you. When you come home, I know what it's like. I worked in the corporate world for many years. And you come home and all you don't want to do is get your feet up and relax and not think about the stuff that's going on at home. You've really got to power through here. Set your timer. You love my trusty timer. Set your timer for 10 minutes and, first of all, maybe you change clothes, maybe you get out of your corporate business suit, maybe you change out of your scrubs, go into your bedroom, you will change, and if you don't change, at least, look out for the next day. You're already in your bedroom, maybe changing clothes, hanging up stuff to air, grab your outfit for the next day, so that's all ready. And then you're going to be doing things like dinner prep. Maybe you put something in the crock pot before you left, but otherwise when you come home, set your timer, get started dinner prep. The weekly home blessing, or if you're spreading over the week, 10 minutes every day on one of the tasks, 10 minutes on one of those tasks. Eat dinner, and then here comes the crunch thing. Do not leave that kitchen until you've cleaned up from dinner, because I know what it's like. You think, oh, now I'm tired, I've eaten, you're feeling a wee bit drowsy. You leave the kitchen and you think, oh, well, I'll just go and, lie on the sofa for half an hour and watch a TV program. And, 3 hours later, you wake up thinking, what happened? And then you think, oh, you can't be bothered to deal with the sink. And then the next morning you get up and everything's a mess. If you can just power through, set the timer, put on some good music. We always light the candles in Denmark all year round. I've always got music going. If you can just power through after having dinner, get the place cleared up, and then you can relax for the rest of your evening knowing that you've already put out your outfit for the next day, you got the kitchen cleared up, you can relax. Now, if you are working at home, all the other things, if you've got small kids, if you're studying at home, if you've got a home business, you're really going to have to focus on your morning routine. Because as I said, if you've got the whole day to do it, you think, oh, I've got the whole day, and then it will take all day. You need to make sure that you are, for example, setting your alarm, your alarm clock, so that you're actually getting up at a set time. Even if you are, working at home, of course, you need to have the same mindset. It's a business, whether it's in the home or outside the home. Make sure that you're getting up at a decent time in the morning and start ticking the things off your list. And I'll tell you what my morning routine is and my evening routine in a wee minute. But your focus is going to be the morning routine, because you need to make sure that you're getting these things done, or otherwise the whole day is just going to run away from you. Now, of course, if you've got health issues, if you've got small kids, don't worry too much about the exact timing of things, but make sure that you've got written down a list so you can kind of tick it off as you go through your morning. And one of the interesting things that has come up for me, I'm doing this, I follow the Dressing Your Truth system for, it's an energy, like the old colour analysis system of what colours to wear. And I found that because of my energy type, I'm a type 1 in the Dressing Your Truth system, it's been really useful to me to know how I go about my day and my morning routine. I have a morning routine, and for the most part, I kind of follow it. It's a kind of automatic. I'll quickly go through my routine. Mine is fairly automatic, but I don't always do things in the same order, but I do get everything done because I've got my list to check off. I'm a type 1 and I kind of jump from one thing to another, but I get it all done. You may be the type, like my daughter, my DD 17, my dear daughter is 17. She is a type 4 in Dressing Your Truth system, and she goes from exactly one thing to the next. She doesn't kind of veer off and do something else. She does things in exactly the same way every day. Please, when you're looking at the Flylady website or making up your morning routine, don't feel like it has to be as it says on the Flylady website. Maybe that doesn't suit you, your personality, or your circumstances. Again, I want you to take the ideas and make it work for you. So anyway, I think the easiest thing is if I tell you what my morning routine is, and I want you to just take a piece of paper. You don't need to be getting a new notebook. Piece of paper and a pen, and write down a few ideas, but make sure that you're not putting down, because I know what it's like, think, okay, this is a solution to my problem, and then you write down 25 things on your morning routine and 350 on your evening routine, and then you see the list and you never get started. You've got to keep it short and sweet. So I'll tell you what let me just check. Right, for me, I need to focus on morning routine. I work from home and my morning routine is key for me getting on with my day and moving on to other stuff. If I don't get my morning routine done, nothing else happens. So eyes down for a full house. Here we go from the top. As soon as I get out of bed in the morning, I take I come down here and get my coffee. I need that, and take my medications. So I've got medicating with coffee and my medications. And after I've done that, I immediately put in a load of laundry, my LOL, LOL, my load of laundry for the day. Then I head for the shower and I get dressed to shoes, and I get so many questions about this. Should I be dressing to shoes and putting on my earrings, my makeup, even if I'm at home? Yes, whatever makes you feel good. Why aren't you using your good stuff? Every day is a special occasion. What are you keeping these things for? I dress to shoes, and then I'm in here having my breakfast. And then once I've had a breakfast and the kids, they put their stuff in the dishwasher, get the dishwasher running. I put on my the laundry for a final spin. We don't have a tumble dryer, we don't use one of those. So I line dry outside when it's good weather or otherwise in the basement. So I reboot the laundry, I put it on for a final spin. And while it's doing its final spin, I'm folding the laundry which is dry from yesterday. I have to dry from one day to the next. I fold the laundry, anything that needs ironed. And when I put that away, that's when I look at my outfit for the next day. I'm in my room anyway, you know, putting away laundry. So I take out my outfit for the next day, and that's me set up with that. And also when I'm in the bedroom putting away laundry, then I make the bed. You know, I air the bed when I'm having my shower, eating my breakfast, and then when I'm back in my room putting away laundry, I just make up the bed. You know, our bed is very easy. We have duvets here in Europe, so you're just kind of pulling the four corners, and that's it. And then I hang up my laundry, and basically that's me done. That's my morning routine finished. When the dishwasher finishes running, actually I had to stop it this morning because it's going blub blub blub. When the dishwasher finishes running, I take the plates and you know, glasses, whatever, and I immediately reset the table here for dinner. So we've eaten breakfast here, stuff goes in the wash, and then I immediately reset for dinner in the evening. That works for me, because otherwise I think, well, then I'm just putting the plates back in the cupboard and having to take them out again. So you see, just do something that works for you. And that means that in the evening, when, you know, my evening routine is super simple, because most of it is done during the day in the morning. We have our dinner, and I, you know, clean up as I go along when I'm making dinner, or the kids clean up as they're making dinner, because my kids make dinner a lot. I've got teenagers of 17, 19. We clean up as we're making dinner, so that when we sit down to eat dinner, everything is already, you know, if it's big pots and pans or whatever, they've been washed up, or the stuff is already in the dishwasher. And so when we've finished eating as a family here together, everybody takes their plates and cups and whatever, puts them in the dishwasher, and the last thing that I do is give my sink a quick clean. And remember, the shiny sink at the end of the day is not, you know, scrubbing out. All I do is, you've probably seen my Instagram posts, that I put a shiny sink picture every night when I'm finished my evening routine. I put out fresh dish towel and hand towel every night. That's just me. You don't need to do that. Do whatever you like. But what I do, we've got the terry toweling one is for hands. The other one is, the tea towel is for drying dishes. And I'll take one or the other one and just wipe out the sink. You know, I give it a quick swish around, and then I use one or the other cloths just to wipe everything down. And those are going into the wash in a hot wash. I take out fresh ones, and Bob Schrankel, my evening routine's done. So the main thing with the evening is please do not leave that kitchen until it's cleaned up, because you know what it's like. It will come back to bite you in the buhuki if you feel like, oh, I'll just go and, you know, rest for a wee bit, but you know yourself, you're not going to come back to it. And you will notice that in my morning routine and evening routine, and I've got a video where I kind of walk you through, I'll put the link up there. You will notice that I don't have any, in my morning routine, evening routine, there's not zone cleaning or a weekly home blessing task. If my morning routine and evening routine are the things that I need to do to make sure everything else happens. If I don't get my morning routine done, the zone cleaning is not going to happen. And I really want to say to you, with the Flylady system, if you can just get a really good morning routine going and an evening routine, all the rest will fall into place. Don't go down that track of thinking, oh well, I'll do a weekly home blessing hour and I'll declutter for 2 hours, if you haven't done the basics, which is your morning routine and your evening routine. Please just stick with routines, because as I said to you before, if you're consistent with things, you're really going to see some big changes. You know, like if you actually get to bed a decent hour instead of staying up to all hours thinking that you're getting some extra time. You're not, is it really productive time, falling asleep on the sofa? No, get to your beds and get comfy. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there because I hate going over the 15 minutes. But anyway, I hope you got some tips from this. If you want more help with the daily routines, remember I've put a link to a playlist up there. Let me know how you're getting on with the back to basics. Oh, another thing, my friend Steph, the Secret Slob, she's also doing the whole of this month a little check-in for basic routines. So go and say hi to Steph. Remember, Steph found my 31 baby step videos. That's how she got started with Flylady, and she's now got her own YouTube channel. And some people thought I was Steph's mum, and anyway, I took Steph's mum was here in the end of June, and I took Steph's mum for coffee. Anyway, you've heard all that story before, and I need to get going. So anyway, live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge be with you. It's very wet today in Copenhagen, but you know what I say, we make our own sunshine. So get those candles going, get the hygge going, and I shall see you tomorrow, where we'll probably be talking about zone cleaning and how that fits in with the weekly home blessing. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye for now.